Have you ever stood in a garden as twilight settles? Or perhaps walked through a forest just as the moon begins to cast its gentle, silvery glow upon the world? There's a profound stillness that comes with the night. The birds have sung their last songs. The busy hum of the day has faded into a soft, quiet hush, and the world seems to take a long, slow, collective breath. In these quiet moments, as you stand among the silent shapes of trees and the soft outlines of flowers, you might wonder, what do they do now? Now that the sun, their great source of energy, has slipped below the horizon. Do plants sleep? In a way, they do. Not with dreams and closed eyes as we do, but in their own ancient botanical way. Their entire rhythm changes. Their work changes. And most wonderfully, their breathing changes. The way they interact with the air, the very essence of how they live, transforms in the quiet darkness. Tonight, we can journey into that quiet, secret world. We can explore the gentle, unseen processes that unfold within a single leaf, within a vast and sleeping forest, all under the calm and watchful eye of the moon. There is no need to hurry. There is nothing to solve. We are simply here to wonder and to listen to the quiet story of how a plant breathes in the night. So, find a comfortable position. Let your body feel heavy and supported. Close your eyes if you wish, and let your own breath become slow and steady. We are going to drift into the peaceful, green world and learn its nocturnal secrets. Before we can fully appreciate the deep tranquility of the plant's nightly routine, let us first gently recall the day that has just passed. Imagine the first light of dawn, a soft blush of pink and gold on the eastern horizon. As this light spills across the land, it touches the leaves of the trees, the petals of the flowers, the blades of grass. It is a gentle awakening. This light is more than just brightness. It is energy. It is a soft rain of tiny particles, of photons, traveling millions off miles through the vast emptiness of space, just to arrive here, on the surface of a single, waiting leaf. Inside this leaf is a world of incredible, silent industry. The leaf is the plant's kitchen, its laboratory, its solar panel, all in one. The deep, rich green color that we find so calming to look at comes from a magical substance called chlorophyll. Think of chlorophyll as the very heart of the leaf. A collection of tiny molecules whose sole purpose is to capture the light. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, the chlorophyll awakens, becoming excited by the energy of the sunlight. It captures this golden energy, holding it for a moment, ready to begin its work. But the plant needs more than just light. It needs ingredients. Just as a baker needs flour and water, a plant needs its own fundamental materials to create its food. One of these is water. Imagine the roots of a great tree deep in the cool, dark earth. They're like a network of fine threads, patiently exploring the soil, seeking out moisture. After a rain, or from the deep underground reservoirs, these roots draw in water, molecule by molecule. This water then begins a slow, silent, upward journey. It travels through the trunk and the branches, through a network of microscopic channels called the xylem. It is a steady, patient climb, a column of liquid moving against gravity, a quiet miracle of physics and biology, bringing the life-giving water all the way up to the highest leaves in the canopy. This water fills the cells of the leaf, making it firm and full, ready for the day's work. The other key ingredient is in the air all around us. It is carbon dioxide. It is an invisible, odorless gas, a part of every breath we exhale. For us, it is a waste product, but for the plant, it is an essential building block. To get this carbon dioxide, the leaf must open itself to the air. On the underside of the leaf, hidden from the direct, harsh rays of the sun, are thousands of tiny, microscopic pores. They're called stomata. You can think of them as tiny mouths or little windows. All through the night, these stomata have been mostly closed, conserving the plant's precious water. But now, as the sun's light signals the start of a new day, they begin to open. Specialized cells, known as guard cells, surround each tiny pore. As they fill with water, They bow outwards, creating an opening. It is a slow, deliberate movement, a gentle yawning open to the morning air. Through these thousands of open gateways, the leaf begins to draw in the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. It is a gentle, passive process, a soft, invisible current flowing into the leaf. Now, with all the ingredients assembled, the energy of the sun captured by chlorophyll, the water drawn up from the earth, and the carbon dioxide taken from the air, the magic can begin. This process, as you know, is called photosynthesis. It is a word that sounds complex, but its essence is one of beautiful creation. Inside the leaf cells, in tiny compartments called chloroplasts, the captured light energy is used to power a remarkable transformation. The plant takes the carbon dioxide and the water, and through a series of silent, elegant chemical reactions, it breaks them apart and reassembles them into a new substance, a simple sugar. This sugar is the plant's food. It is pure energy stored in a stable, usable form. It is the fuel that will power all of the plant's activities, its growth, its flowering, its healing. It is the culmination of the day's work, the sweet reward of standing patiently in the sun. And in this process of creation, there is a wonderful byproduct, a gift to the world. As the water molecules are split to provide parts for the sugar, their oxygen atoms are left over. The plant does not need them, so it releases them. Through those same tiny stomata, a gentle, invisible cloud of oxygen drifts out from the leaf and into the surrounding air. It is a quiet sigh of release. Every leaf on every tree, every blade of grass, all participating in this silent, life-giving exchange. They take in the air we exhale, and in return, they give us the very air we need to breathe. The entire planet, bathed in sunlight, is engaged in this beautiful, reciprocal rhythm. The daytime is a time of production, of creation, of giving. The plant is working, building, and generously sharing its breath with the world. Imagine the sheer scale of it. A whole forest breathing in carbon dioxide and breathing out a soft, continuous stream of fresh, clean oxygen. The air becomes filled with this gift, and the entire world feels more alive for it. This is the story of the day, a story of light, water, air, and the quiet, constant work of making life. But now, the day begins to draw to a close. The sun, which climbed so high and shone so brightly, begins its slow descent toward the western horizon. The quality of the light changes. The intense, direct light of midday softens into a warm, golden glow. The shadows grow long. The world is painted in hues of orange and pink and deep purple. The plants are exquisitely sensitive to these changes. They do not have eyes to see the sunset, but they feel it in the very core of their being. The shift in the spectrum of light, from the bright blue light of midday to the redder light of evening, is a clear and unmistakable signal. The day's work is done. It is time to prepare for the night. The temperature also begins to drop. The warmth of the sun-drenched air is replaced by a growing coolness, a gentle chill that settles over the land. This too is a cue. Night is coming. The most important task for the plant as it transitions into night is to conserve its resources, especially its water. During the day, with the stomata wide open to take in carbon dioxide, a great deal of water is lost. It evaporates from the moist surfaces inside the leaf and drifts out through the pores. This process is called transpiration. It is a necessary cost of doing business in the sunlight. But at night, when there is no light for photosynthesis, there is no need to keep the stomata open to collect carbon dioxide. Keeping them open would be wasteful, allowing precious water to escape into the cooling air for no reason. So, the plant begins to close its gates. The guard cells that surround each stoma begin to lose water. They become less firm, less turgid, and as they soften, they relax inwards, gently closing the pore between them. It is not a sudden slamming shut. It is a slow, graceful narrowing. Imagine thousands of these tiny windows all across the underside of the leaf, slowly, quietly closing for the night. The leaf is sealing itself. holding its moisture within. It becomes a self-contained vessel, protecting its life-giving water until the sun returns. As the last sliver of sun disappears and the sky deepens to indigo and then to black, the plant has completed its transition. The great, energetic process of photosynthesis has ceased. The upward pull of water from the roots slows down. The leaf is no longer a bustling factory, but a quiet, resting sanctuary. If you were to touch a leaf in the deep of night, it would feel cool and perhaps even slightly damp with dew. It is holding its breath in a way. It has finished its giving for the day and now turns its attention inward to the simple, vital task of surviving the darkness. The world is now bathed in the soft, second-hand light of the moon. This light is beautiful, but it is far, far too weak for photosynthesis. It is a light for resting, not for working. The chlorophyll, which works so hard all day, is now dormant. The green heart of the leaf is quiet. The plant world has entered a new phase, a different kind of existence, a state of quiet being, where the focus shifts from creation to maintenance, from producing to simply living. And to live, the plant must still breathe. But it is a different kind of breath, a night breath. Now, in the deep and profound quiet of the night, the plant begins its other, more subtle form of breathing. This process is called respiration. It is something the plant does all the time, day and night, but during the day, it is overshadowed by the massive scale of photosynthesis. At night, however, in the absence of photosynthesis, we can observe it in its pure, simple form. Respiration is, in essence, the opposite of photosynthesis. If photosynthesis is about making food, respiration is about using that food. It is the process of unlocking the energy that was so carefully stored in the sugar molecules during the day. It is how the plant fuels its own life when the sun is not there to provide immediate energy. It is the plant's own slow, internal metabolism. Just like us, plants need a constant supply of energy to keep their cells alive, to repair damage, to grow ever so slightly, even in the dark. This energy comes from the sugars created in the sunlight. So, how does this nightly breath work? The plant takes the sugar molecules it has made and stored, and it combines them with oxygen. This might seem surprising. We think of plants as producers of oxygen, but they also need to consume it, just as we do. This oxygen is taken from the air. Even though the stomata are mostly closed, they are not hermetically sealed. Tiny amounts of air can still seep in through the slightly ajar pores, or through other small openings on the plant's stems and roots called lenticels. It is a very slow, very passive intake of air, a quiet, gentle sipping of oxygen from the night. Inside the plant cells, in tiny powerhouses called mitochondria, the sugar and oxygen meet. A slow, controlled chemical reaction takes place, breaking down the sugar and releasing the energy stored within it. This energy is then used to power all the plant's vital functions. It is like a pilot light, always burning, keeping the intricate machinery of life running smoothly through the long, dark hours. And just as in our own respiration, when the plant uses oxygen to burn its fuel, it creates byproducts. These are water and carbon dioxide. The water is simply reused by the plant. But the carbon dioxide, the same gas it worked so hard to collect during the day, is now released as a waste product. It is a slow, gentle exhale. It drifts out of the plant's cells and seeps out through the stomata and lenticels into the cool night air. So, at night, the net exchange of gases is reversed. The plant gently takes in oxygen and gently releases carbon dioxide. It is breathing in a way that is remarkably similar to how we breathe. It is inhaling what it needs to survive and exhaling what it does not. Imagine standing in that moonlit forest again. All around you, the great, silent trees are engaged in this process. Every single tree is slowly, quietly exhaling a faint, invisible plume of carbon dioxide. The entire forest, as a single, living entity, is breathing out into the night. This is why, in a dense forest, the concentration of carbon dioxide in the air is slightly higher at night than during the day. especially near the forest floor. You are standing in the collective exhalation of a sleeping world of green. It is a soft, organic breath, mingling with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves, creating the unique, rich perfume of the woods at night. There's a deep and comforting rhythm to it. The daytime inhale of the world's carbon dioxide and the nighttime exhale. A slow, planetary pulse. A breath in and a breath out. The plant is not working to produce for others right now. It is simply taking care of itself. It is resting, restoring, and using the fruits of its labor to sustain its own life. It is a time for quiet, internal focus. A time of peace. Let us imagine ourselves shrinking down, becoming small enough to witness this process up close. We float on a gentle night breeze toward a single, broad leaf on an old oak tree. The moon casts a soft sheen on its dark green surface. We drift to its underside, where the thousands of stomata are nestled. We can see that they're almost entirely closed, the guard cells relaxed, leaving only the tiniest of gaps. It is through one of these minuscule cracks that we will slip. We pass through the opening and find ourselves in the inner world of the leaf. It is not bustling and full of light as it would be during the day. It is a quiet, dark, and humid space. The air here is still and moist. We are in what is called the spongy mesophyll, a layer of loosely packed cells with large air spaces between them. It feels like a vast, quiet network of caverns and tunnels. We drift through these silent, dark spaces until we approach one of the living cells. We can perceive, in a way our normal senses cannot, the slow, rhythmic processes happening within. We see a molecule of oxygen, which has drifted in from the outside air, being drawn into the cell. We also see a molecule of sugar, which was created hours ago in the bright sunlight, being transported to one of the cell's tiny powerhouses, a mitochondrion. We follow them inside. Here, in this microscopic furnace, the quiet miracle of respiration unfolds. The sugar molecule is gently broken down, its chemical bonds releasing a steady, calm flow of energy. The oxygen is used in this process, and as a result, molecules of water and carbon dioxide are formed. We then see the carbon dioxide molecule begin its journey out of the cell, back into the airy spaces of the leaf, and eventually drifting out through the same tiny crack in the stoma through which we entered. It is a slow, constant, and utterly peaceful process. There is no violence, no explosion of energy. It is a gentle, controlled release, just enough to keep the cell alive and healthy. Every single living cell in the plant, from the tip of the highest leaf to the deepest root in the soil, is performing this same quiet breath. It is a symphony of silent survival played out in the dark. This nightly breath, this respiration, is essential for growth. Even at night, the plant is growing. It may be imperceptible to our eyes, but the energy released from the sugars is being used to build new cells to extend the tips of the roots a little further into the earth to strengthen the stem. The day is for gathering resources, and the night is for using those resources to build. Think of a construction site. The daytime is when all the materials, the bricks, the steel, the wood, are delivered. The night, then, is when a quiet, dedicated crew works under soft lights, putting those materials together, raising the structure bit by bit. The plant is its own architect and builder, working patiently through the darkness, fueled by the memory of the sun. The energy is also used for repair. A leaf might have been torn by the wind or nibbled by an insect. The plant uses the energy from respiration to mend these wounds, to seal them off and prevent infection. It is a time of healing and restoration. Just as our bodies use the quiet hours of sleep to repair muscles and consolidate memories, the plant uses the quiet hours of the night to heal and strengthen itself. This rhythm of day and night, of photosynthesis and respiration, is a fundamental dance of life on Earth. The balance between these two processes determines the plant's overall growth and health. During the day, a healthy plant produces far more sugar through photosynthesis than it uses through respiration. This surplus is what allows the plant to grow, to create new leaves, flowers, and fruits. It is the plant's profit. At night, it dips into this profit, using a portion of the stored sugar to stay alive until the sun returns. The two processes are perfectly complementary, two sides of the same coin of existence. One is about gathering, the other about spending. One is about creating, the other about sustaining. Together, they form a complete, elegant cycle. It is a rhythm that has been perfected over hundreds of millions of years, a deep, ancient wisdom encoded in the very cells of every plant. It is a testament to the efficiency and resilience of nature. Let's return our focus to the forest floor. The air here is still and cool. The collective exhale of the trees has created a soft blanket of carbon dioxide that is denser than the air above. This heavier gas tends to settle in the low-lying areas. Small creatures of the night, like beetles and mice, move through this enriched air. The fungi and bacteria in the soil are also respiring, breaking down the fallen leaves and dead wood, adding their own quiet exhalations to the mix. The entire ecosystem of the forest floor is breathing. It is a complex, interwoven community, and at night, its dominant voice is this soft, universal sigh of respiration. It is a reminder that life does not stop when the sun goes down. It simply changes its form, its pace, its purpose. The vibrant, outward energy of the day gives way to the quiet, inward energy of the night. Both are equally vital. Both are equally beautiful. The night is not an absence of life. It is a different expression of it. It is a time for the slow, steady heartbeat of the world to be heard, if only we can be still enough to listen. And what are the roots buried deep in the silent earth? They too are alive, and they too must breathe. The roots cannot photosynthesize, of course. They live their entire lives in darkness. But they're made of living cells, and those cells need energy to survive and to do their important work of absorbing water and nutrients. The sugar made in the leaves during the day is transported all the way down the plant through another set of channels called the phloem to nourish the roots. The roots then perform respiration, just like the leaves. They take in this sugar and combine it with oxygen to release energy. But where do they get oxygen? Buried under the soil. They get it from the tiny pockets of air that exist between the particles of soil. This is why well-aerated soil is so important for a plant's health. If the soil becomes too compacted or waterlogged, the roots can't get the oxygen they need. They can't breathe. So even in the deep, dark earth, a form of breathing is taking place. A slow, subterranean respiration that mirrors the process happening in the leaves far above. The entire plant, from its highest tip to its deepest point, is a unified, breathing organism, connected by a flow of energy and a shared, fundamental need for life. As we continue to float in this peaceful, nocturnal world, let us consider that not all plants follow this exact same rhythm. Nature is wonderfully diverse, and in its infinite creativity, it has devised some clever exceptions to the rule. Let us travel now, in our minds, to a very different landscape. Leave the lush, damp forest behind and imagine a vast, arid desert. The sun here is relentless and scorching. The air is bone dry. For a plant to survive here, it must be an expert at one thing above all: conserving water. If a typical plant from the forest were here, it would open its stomata during the day to collect carbon dioxide, and in the brutal heat and dryness, it would lose a catastrophic amount of water through transpiration. It would quickly wither and die. The desert demands a different strategy. Here, under the brilliant, starry dome of the desert sky, we find plants like cacti and succulents. These are the masters of survival in dry conditions, and they have evolved a remarkable twist on the normal cycle of breathing. During the scorching day, a cactus keeps its stomata sealed shut, tightly, hermetically sealed. It forms an impenetrable barrier against the desiccating air, hoarding every precious drop of water within its thick, waxy skin. From the outside, it appears completely dormant, a stoic, unmoving sculpture in the heat. It is not performing photosynthesis in the conventional way because it has no access to new carbon dioxide. But it is not dead. It is waiting. It is waiting for the night. As the sun sets over the desert, the temperature plummets. The air that was punishingly hot becomes blessedly cool. And now, in the cool, moist, or at least less dry air of the night, the cactus does something extraordinary. It opens its stomata. While the trees in the forest are closing their pores for the night, the cactus is opening its. All through the cool, dark hours, it greedily drinks in carbon dioxide from the night air. Because the air is cool, it loses far less water vapor in the process. It is a brilliant trade-off. It forgoes collecting carbon dioxide during the day to save water, and instead collects it at night when the risk of dehydration is low. But here's the problem. There is no sunlight at night. Photosynthesis requires light energy. So what does the cactus do with all this carbon dioxide it is collecting? It can't use it right away, so it stores it. The cactus takes the carbon dioxide and, through a special chemical pathway, converts it into an organic acid, primarily malic acid. It then stores this acid in the vacuoles, the large storage sacs within its cells. Throughout the night, the cactus becomes progressively more acidic as it stockpiles the raw material for photosynthesis. It is like a squirrel burying nuts for the winter. The cactus is stockpiling carbon, preparing for the day to come. This unique process is called crassylation acid metabolism, or CM, named after the plant family in which it was first discovered. It is a testament to the incredible adaptability of life. Then, when the sun rises again, the cycle reverses. The cactus seals its stomata shut once more, locking itself down for the hot day ahead. But now it has everything it needs inside. It has the stored acid, and it has the energy of the sunlight pouring down on its green skin. Inside its cells, it begins to release the carbon dioxide from the stored acid. This freed carbon dioxide is then used in the normal process of photosynthesis, powered by the sun's light, to create sugars. The cactus is photosynthesizing with its windows and doors locked, using the carbon dioxide it gathered during the cool of the previous night. It is a marvel of biological engineering, a two-step process separated in time: carbon collection at night and sugar production during the day. So, the breath of a cactus at night is the opposite of the breath of an oak tree. The oak tree is slowly exhaling carbon dioxide. The cactus is slowly inhaling it. One is spending its energy reserves, the other is stocking up on raw materials. Both are breathing, both are alive, but their rhythms are perfectly tuned to the different worlds they inhabit. The oak tree to the temperate, predictable cycle of its forest home. The cactus to the harsh, demanding extremes of the desert. Standing in the silent desert at night, you are in the presence of a slow, deep inhalation. The air itself is being drawn into the patient, waiting bodies of these spiny, resilient plants. It is a different kind of quiet, a different kind of peace. It is the peace of incredible patience and profound adaptation. It is the peace of knowing how to thrive where little else can. Let's think for a moment about the sheer variety of plants and their lives. We have considered the great forest tree and the desert succulent. But what about the flowers in a garden? They too follow the same general rhythm of respiration at night. After a day of holding their colorful petals open to attract pollinators, they too settle into a quiet night of consuming their stored sugars, fueling the growth of their seeds and the maintenance of their delicate structures. Some flowers even close their petals at night, a further measure to protect themselves and conserve energy. What about the vegetables in a plot? A head of lettuce, a carrot with its green top. Each one is a living, breathing entity. The lettuce leaves, so full of water, respire through the night, using the sugars they made in the sun. The carrot, the root itself, respires deep in the soil, using sugars sent down from its feathery leaves, fueling its own expansion, becoming sweeter and more substantial in the darkness. And what the plants that live in water? The algae, the seagrasses. They too photosynthesize during the day, filling the water with oxygen. And at night, they too switch to respiration, consuming oxygen from the water and releasing carbon dioxide. Their life is a constant exchange with the liquid medium that surrounds them. Every corner of the planet that supports plant life, from the highest mountain meadows to the deepest sunlit parts of the ocean, is part of this global rhythmic breath. A breath in during the day and a breath out at night. Or, in the case of our clever desert friends, a breath in at night and a holding of that breath during the day. It is a universal constant of the plant kingdom, expressed in 1,000 different ways, in 1,000 different environments. As we ponder this, let's bring our awareness back to our own bodies. Here, resting in the quiet of your own space. Your own breathing has become slow and regular. You're not thinking about it. It is happening on its own. Your body, in this state of rest, is doing exactly what the plant is doing. It is in a state of restoration. You're not actively working, but your body is far from idle. Your cells are respiring. They are taking the fuel from the food you have eaten and combining it with the oxygen you're gently inhaling with every breath. They are releasing energy. That energy is being used to repair tissues, to fight off infections, to consolidate memories in your brain, to keep your heart beating in its steady, faithful rhythm. Your nightly breath is your own form of respiration, your own process of using stored energy to maintain and heal your being. The parallels are deep and beautiful. The plant stores the energy of the sun in the form of sugar. We store the energy of the food we eat, which is itself often derived from plants, in our own cells. At night, the plant breathes in oxygen and uses it to unlock the energy in its sugars, exhaling carbon dioxide. We, as we sleep, breathe in oxygen and use it to unlock the energy in our fuel, exhaling carbon dioxide with every slow, gentle breath out. We are, in this fundamental way, deeply connected to the plant world. We are participants in the same great cycle of energy and gases. Our out-breath is their in-breath during the day. Their out-breath at night is a faint echo of our own. We are partners in the business of living. Feel your own breath now. Feel the cool air as it enters your nostrils and the warm air as it leaves. It is a simple, gentle rhythm, a rhythm you share with the great oak tree, with the small garden flower, with the patient cactus. The entire living world is breathing with you. As you lie here, the trees outside your window are slowly, silently exhaling. The grass in the fields is sighing out its own tiny portion of carbon dioxide. The whole nocturnal world is engaged in this quiet, restorative release. There's a profound sense of peace in this, a sense that you are part of a vast, interconnected system, all humming with the same quiet energy of life. You are not alone in your rest. The world is resting with you, is breathing with you. Let your mind drift back to the image of a leaf. The stomata are closed. The inner world is dark and still. The only activity is that slow, steady pulse of respiration in every cell. A gentle glow of life, a quiet hum of maintenance. There is no urgency. There is no stress. There is only the simple, profound act of being. The plant is trusting that the sun will return. It is using its resources wisely, confident in the cycle of day and night. It is a model of patience and trust. We too can learn from this. As we rest, we can trust our bodies to do their work of healing and restoration. We can let go of the day's worries and activities, just as the plant lets go of photosynthesis. We can sink into the quiet, dark, restorative phase of our own cycle, trusting that the morning will come, and with it, new energy for a new day. The breath of the plant at night is a whisper. It is the faintest of sighs, a secret shared with the moon and the stars. It is the story of survival, of maintenance, of quiet, steady life. It is the other half of the story, the unseen counterpart to the vibrant production of the day. Without this quiet, nightly breath, the plant could not survive. It cannot grow. It cannot heal. It is as vital as the sunlight itself. It is the rhythm of rest that makes the rhythm of work possible. As you continue to breathe, slow and deep, you are participating in this same essential rhythm. You are honoring your own need for rest, for restoration, for the quiet, internal work that can only be done in the stillness of the night. So let the image of the breathing forest fill your mind. A vast expanse of green, all silently exhaling into the cool, dark air. Let the image of the desert cactus fill your mind. A patient, resilient being, opening itself to the night, drinking in the air to prepare for the harshness of the day. Feel the unity in these different expressions of life. Feel the shared rhythm that connects you to them. The world is breathing. The trees are breathing. The flowers are breathing. And you're breathing. A slow, steady, peaceful breath in, and a long, soft, gentle breath out. There is nothing else you need to do, nothing to figure out. Just allow yourself to be part of this great, quiet, nocturnal breath. Allow it to carry you down, deeper and deeper, into a state of profound peace and restful sleep. The night is a blanket of quiet restoration, and you can wrap yourself in it now and simply rest. The silent, breathing world of plants will watch over you, continuing its ancient, peaceful rhythm until the sun returns once more. Good night.